In for the Eels coaching announcement.
13. Everyone knows the passion that Ricky has for football, and the appointment of Ricky is a massive boost for the Eels. I'm confident that he'll be a success as the club looks to rebuild and fulfil its potential. Ricky's priority will be coaching duties at Parramatta for the next 3 years, and over the next few weeks he'll spend some time meeting some of the staff and players here at the club, which will enable Brad Arthur to continue coaching the NRL team for the remainder of the season. On that note, I'll hand over for questions.
Does it feel weird with that
Yeah, it does feel weird. It's a different colours of what I've been wearing the last 2 years. But for anyone who knows me, and I think most of you all here know me very well, that as soon as I adapt to new colours, a new club, that's my club. That's the way I feel.
It's a big job.
Yep, they're all big jobs in the NRL, Danny. It's a tough job being head coach, but when it's in your blood, you get excited, and I'm really excited about a huge challenge here ahead of me.
Ricky, coaching week to week, the pressure, have you missed it the last year?
You don't miss the pressure's exciting. What you miss, Adam, is the day-to-day work with the players, getting the training, working new combinations, working with players, and just being with the players. That's what I've missed. Not being with the players day in, day out. And once I got into Origin, and that I was back in the fold, and I was back with mates, and that's the exciting part about coaching, being with the boys, and then obviously game day. That's what you do all the hard work for, getting the game day and wanting to win.
Ricky, you sort of gone to a number of clubs. Why Parramatta?
There's always a very hard rustle over the. We were just talking about it then in the boardrooms. It's always been difficult over the last probably 6 or 8 weeks. I've been linked to every club in the comp, or it wasn't league, it was union, and it's been difficult because a lot of it hasn't been true. It's been speculation, but then there's been a number of options that we've looked at over the last 6 to 8 weeks, and clubs have had club coaches, so it's been a very precious situation because you don't want to damage anybody, and you don't want to damage reputations, and it's been confidentially it's been tough because it's that's what it has to be. It has to be in confidence. And when I sat down with Roy and Bob, I could see that I could see how committed they were to their football team in wanting to win. It's a big club out here. It's a big challenge, and what I was excited about was the people who are involved here are all desperate to be winners, and I like that attitude. And we've got good leadership, and I believe that's an important part of I feel for myself as a coach to have around me.
This club's chewed up 5 coaches, I think, in 6 years.
Yep.
Were you concerned at all about that? Did that make the second?
No, I wasn't.
Why?
Because I backed myself.
That 6 weeks you talked about takes in the Origin series, was all this a distraction deep down?
No, Josh, no, not at all, mate. It's never distracted me. It's why I think I said to a lot of you guys throughout the Origin series that I'm purely focused on Origin, and I was. It was a pretty tough 2 weeks after Origin in regards to phone calls, decisions, and meetings. And when I say tough, just busy. It's not so much tough. It's just more busy.
Ricky, do you want to do Origin?
Danny, it hasn't been offered to me, so that's not a decision for me. I'm certainly not walking away from Origin. I loved Origin. I don't need to try and explain that, but I'm not walking away. There's an opportunity that I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for an opportunity that I'm comfortable with, and it's arrived. And I'd never say no to it because it's going to be exciting. But that's not my decision, mate.
Roy, how do you feel about the concept of Ricky doing both jobs?
I think that's just a work in progress. At the moment, our board's just focused on Ricky getting our club back to a winning culture, and that's basically all we've discussed with Ricky at this stage.
So you wouldn't rule it out?
Well, we haven't discussed it.
Why isn't the club insisting on Ricky taking on the club job full time, as opposed to
Well, as I said, we haven't negotiated that part of it at all, and as far as we're concerned, at this stage, Ricky's focus is to coach Parramatta, and that's all.
And Ricky, a week ago, you were quoted as saying you thought it was fair enough that New South Wales now had a policy where the state coach was a state coach only, as nominee was being Queensland. Do you shy away at all from what you sort of said a week ago? You said you felt that was a fair policy.
I can't shy away from it because that's the policy they got. Look, let me tell you, if they don't make the right decision over the coming weeks in regards to New South Wales, Queensland will go on and win 10 series in a row. So it's a very important decision for New South Wales Rugby League, and if I can assist them in that decision, most definitely will, because I care for Origin football. I care for New South Wales, and we're not far away yet. We can be. So it's I want to win. I want to win for the players' sake, for New South Wales as much as anybody, and it's important times in regards to their decision that is obviously going to be made soon. I've got a meeting with the New South Wales Rugby League next week in regards to a debriefing session of the past series.
Ricky, was this way, you said that the game in Brisbane was 2 points the other way. Blues would have won the series. Would you be feeling a little bit differently now about maybe going full-time club coach position again?
I'd probably be still celebrating.
Yeah, but I want to say that the job's slightly unfinished.
Look, I'll answer it honestly. There's still a part of me that's empty because I didn't win. All I wanted to do was win for New South Wales people, supporters, our players, and but as I keep on saying, the decision is not up to me.
It sounds like you still want to be part of it, but maybe not necessarily in the role you previously held.
Does it? Well, it sounds that way, Josh. You're right.
Is that a possibility?
No, I won't.
Either be head coach or nothing at all.
Josh, let's get to that when New South Wales make a decision on what they want to do. And all I'll say now is this is about Parramatta, not Origin. So let's talk about Parramatta.
Can I ask one more? You said the right decision, otherwise Queensland would 10. Is the right decision you as coach?
I don't know, Danny. I'm not on the board. That's what they get. That's where they get their positions for, to make the right decisions, and I'm sure they will. And I'll support whatever decision they go with.
Ricky, from an outsider looking in, what have you made of Parramatta over the last 2 years?
It's been pretty quick. Me being involved with probably the last 3 or 4 days, we've all read about and heard about the fact that this day was going to come over the last 2 or 3. So I've sat down and had a couple of chats with some people who are involved here now. I don't say it lightly. I'm excited by the challenge. There is going to be some still tough times next year. There's going to be some still a little bit of heartache, because that's all part of the rebuilding process. But I can assure the fans that every weekend, every game, they're going to have a team that's doing everything they can possibly do to win that game. They'll be we'll be very. I can assure you, we'll be competitive in everything we do. And the one thing I know about rugby league and success is that hard work is the one of the key elements.
Ricky, Chris Sando's been probably the most watched and discussed player here. Are you looking forward to working with him? Do you think you can get the best out of him?
I'm looking forward to working with him. As I say, Chris and every other player, getting the best out of yourself is hard work. One thing I'll say about Chris Sandow is the situation he's been under this year, the pressure he's been under, the constant media attention he's been under. He's one tough kid, because he's still out there. He's still out there battling away, and credit to him for handling all the pressure that's been put on him. He's still there. He hasn't thrown the towel, and he's there still punching. And I give the young bloke credit for that. And I am, to answer the question, I am looking forward to it.
Roy, you and your board are going to butt out and give Ricky a fair go?
I think that's an unfair question. I don't think.
I mean, you do sack coaches, and the last coach resigned. I mean, are you going to give him a fair go?
We're always giving the coach a fair go, Danny.
How come you're front and centre today, but last week you were nowhere to be seen when...
Because I asked for it. I asked for Danny.
No,
but it's my decision. Well, I said I wanted Roy and Bob here, because we're united, we're going forward. What's happened, and we're one club going forward here, mate. And that's the way that we've all spoken about it. And I've sat down with Roy and Bob and said I can only work with everybody being on board. Everybody's passionate Eel fans here. Everybody cares about the club, and sometimes emotions spill over. That's probably happened over the past, and I'll sit down with the board at some stage too. They'll get to know me, I'll get to know them. But mate, you know me very well, and I like working in one as one, and we've got to be one family going forward. We're all very passionate about winning, and that's what we'll be working for.
Have you got assurance that they'll work with you?
I've got a football program to run, mate, and I'm very comfortable with what we've discussed, that everybody be on board.
Are you happy with the roster, Ricky, or will you look to make some change?
Changes will be made by, I think, really individual performance and individual work. Horsey, it's that's assessed throughout the season. There's a number of players off contract next year, which is healthy for me because they'll show me if they want to be here or not. And it's a little bit like I think I said to a lot of you in Origin, players pick themselves in teams. Players will determine their own outcome here in regards to their own input.
One of those players is Jared Hayne. Ricky, you've spoken very publicly about seeing him as a 5'8".
Yep.
And you've obviously watched a lot of his football here at Parramatta. What are your current views on him and where he'll fit in next year?
A couple of things, Josh. One, that I've got a really good relationship with Jared, and fortunately I've had him in the Australian team and also in Origin over the last couple of years. What position he plays will be determined as we go forward. But if Jared Hayne's fullback, he'll be the fittest he's been.
You got a captain in mind?
No.
What about coaching stuff? There's some suggestion Trent might come on board and Dean pay him, and if you finalise your coaching stuff.
No, I haven't. No.
Those guys.
Are you in talks?
There's a number of names being thrown up, and when I make a decision in regards to what way is the best way to go for the club, it's something I have to discuss with Bob and Roy. I'll certainly let you know, but we're not hiding anything. It's just I want to make the right decision.
Those systems that you've created in Origin and the relationships with those blokes, do you think that's easily transferable to club?
If I can create the same systems, the same relationship from player to staff, and the same self-belief that we have over 2 years in Origin, we'll be a very competitive football team. But it's going to, I stress, it's going to take time. Sorry, Horsey.
How big a signing is this for the club?
I think it's huge. It's probably the best signing we've had probably since Gibson. So for us, it's been a really positive way, and for us to go forward and return the club back to its glory days.
Roy, Ricky was available when you last appointed a coach to Steve Kearney. You described it as the best appointment since Gibson. How come you went the other way 2 years ago?
Oh, look, I think things change, Josh, and opinions change, and I think in the last couple of years Ricky's also changed, and his Origin status has also helped. So I think that it's a great coup for the club, and going forward I could see Ricky being here longer than his 3 years.
We're done? I'm going to guess that's a yes. We might take Ricky outside. We'll get some... Yeah, so there you have it. Ricky Stuart will take over the Eels from 2013 on a 3-year deal. Obviously, so much interest in the Blues coach. He said that why Parramatta? Well, he says it's a big club, big challenge, and he most appreciates their desperation to win at the club. He says, though, it will take some time to get them back on track. He does have a meeting with the New South Wales Rugby League next week and says he's not walking away from Origin at this stage. He says that Queensland could go on to win 10 series in a row if New South Wales don't get their next coaching appointment.